G'day guys, Tony from GME. Today we're going to cover a topic that a lot of you have been asking us to do for quite some time, which is XRS active mute technology. Before we get into that, of course, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to drop them below and we'll get back to you straight away. For now though, let's get into active mute. So I'm sure for a lot of you, the first question is, what is XRS Active Mute? Now this feature is exclusive to our XRS range of radios, and it's something that has a lot of real-world applications. So, for example, you're driving along in your vehicle, you're listening to the chatter on UHF, and your grandmother rings. When you answer the phone, you might not want your granny to hear some of the language that's used on UHF. So, by having Active Mute active on your radio, the radio will temporarily mute itself when you make or receive a phone call, and then when that phone call ends, the radio will unmute itself and continue to operate as normal. The important point to note here is if you've got XRS voice playback running as well, it will still continue to record any received transmissions in the background. So the radio goes on mute while you make a phone call. When you come off that phone call, you jump into voice playback and you can check for any of the transmissions that you might have missed. Now, setting this up is really simple and we'll get into that right now. So start by opening one of the XRS apps. Here I'm using XRS Location Services on an iPhone. Jump into the main menu setting and go down until you find Active Mute. And here you can see it's turned off because the slider is white. Tap that once, the slider turns green and Active Mute is on. Now, anytime you make or receive a phone call while the app is running and your radio is paired to your phone, the radio will automatically mute. So there's a couple of different ways you can customize XRS Active Mute to really suit the way you want to use it. And we'll do that via the settings on the microphone itself. So if we jump into the menu, scroll down and look for XRS features, go into that menu item, and then scroll down to Active Mute. Now you've got two options. You've got mute timeout from 0 to 180 minutes, and you've also got reduce volume from full mute through 25%, 50%, and 75%. Now the mute timeout function is a way of you adjusting when the radio will automatically unmute itself. Now if you're using Active Mute paired with your smartphone, as soon as you end the phone call, the radio will unmute. However, if you're manually muting your radio, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second, you can automatically set the timeout so that you don't forget to unmute your radio and miss potentially important calls. As for the reduce volume setting, you can go from a full mute, where the radio just says mute and you get absolutely no audio, 25% through to 75%. So you can lower the volume of your radio if you still need to monitor for any important calls, but making sure that you're not interrupting your phone call or potentially, if you're in the Macca's drive-thru, trying to order a burger. The last part of XRS Active Mute is the ability to manually mute the radio. You can do this via assigning Active Mute to one of the programmable keys. If you're not sure how to program the keys on the XRS, we've got another YouTube video which I encourage you to check out. On this particular radio though, I've already programmed XRS Active Mute on one single press of the XRS button. So you see here, if I press the XRS button, the radio will visibly display a speaker icon with a cross through it, and that will continue to flash on the display for as long as the radio is muted. Now if you've got the timeout setting on there for say 5 minutes, after 5 minutes the icon will disappear, the radio will beep once and you'll be back to normal operation. Alternatively, if you've ordered your burger and you're ready to go, simply press the XRS button once again, the icon will disappear from the screen and you're back to normal operation. I hope this video has been of use to you. As always, for more information, check out the website.